Good morning from Venice, the sky is blue and the sun is shining. So we headed straight out the door to St. Mark's Square. Why don't we make buildings like this anymore? The full square is so gorgeous. The camera definitely doesn't pick it up. I had seen online that this square does the most expensive coffee. This menu was showing that a cappuccino was €16, so do you think that's expensive? And to be honest, that definitely was not the most expensive that we've had. But when in Rome and all that, when you're on holiday, money doesn't count. I have actually pre-booked some experiences for us to have in Venice while we're here. I book all my experiences through TUI and it's so easy to use. And honestly, not just because I work for them, I would highly recommend doing this. So this morning I had booked a shared gondola and it was only with one other couple and they were so lovely. We did get the best seat facing forward and I felt like an absolute queen. The canals are gorgeous just looking at them from the bridges of other people on the gondolas, but when you're actually experiencing it yourself, oh my god. If you're in Venice, you have to book a gondola. And the gondoliers are so nice. The one we had was singing us Italian music. The one I booked actually went out to the Grand Canal and the view was insane. I can't actually explain the feeling I have here. The full place is like something out of a movie and I've actually fell in love with Venice and it's only been 2 days. You get your private taxi to your hotels and like what is more chic than that? Once our gondola experience had finished, we headed to the Grand Canal restaurant and bar. We actually just stumbled across this, but it is part of the Monaco hotels. I started off with good intentions. I had an iced latte, but come on, the sun was shining. How could I resist an Aperol Spritz with this view in the sun? And again, when in Rome, it would be rude not to. We were actually in a great location for shopping, so we then decided to have a little wander around the shops. There was some stores there that I've never seen in person and I got so excited I had to make a purchase. My dad is actually the best person to take shopping. He only gives honest opinions and he has the patience of a saint. We still had a little bit of time before we needed to head back and get changed for our dinner reservation, so there was a couple of things on my itinerary that we wanted to tick off. If you know what movie this bridge is famous for, please leave it in the comments. We actually went back to the room and watched the famous scene. After fangirling, we then headed to the bookshop, which is famous for its outside photo area. And honestly, I think it's a little bit overhyped, but it was fun to go and see. It was just so busy and hard to move around. We then headed back. I got a little sweet treat, a cannoli, as I actually hadn't had any lunch at this point. Quickly changed around and then headed to a famous restaurant called Francie's. I believe it's Venice Mart. The way that this menu comes, there's a card with a photo on for each dish, so you actually get to visualize it before ordering, which I think is such a good idea. Unfortunately, we didn't have the best service, so I couldn't highly recommend it, but the food was definitely something to try. And of course, the outside area is gorgeous and definitely somewhere you would want to dine.